What's good, people? JC3 here. Welcome to this NBA Finals Game 3 live stream. This is Topic Tackle. And of course, you know how we like to do it, man. You know how we like to do it. We're going to get right into the online, let me see here, playback of the highlights. I'm already seeing people in the chat. Let me shout some of you out right here. Everyone who's out here early on. We got Bailey Mayfield out here. Hey, what's up, man? Mark Robertson. My theory is still in motion. Suns in 5. Dennis Indiritu, this game was great. Giannis back-to-back 40-point games. Oh, you know we're going to be talking about that. Bucks have to tie up the series 2-2. And like I said last live stream, it is hard to win in Milwaukee. All right? And that is exactly what we saw tonight. Exactly. All right, so let's go ahead and get this rolling with the highlights. I'm going to do a little monologue, and we're going to get it right into the Zoom. Let's go ahead and throw that up in the background. And here we go. So early on, first quarter, less than 4 minutes into the game, Giannis, he asked out at the 8:30 mark. I'm wondering, maybe it was some butterflies or whatnot, but overall started the game well. Drew Holiday again and Giannis started the game aggressive. But the Suns early on held right with them. The Bucks played a really good first quarter, but the Suns actually won the first quarter. Really the only one they'd win tonight. You see Giannis here gets it inside, rebound, and one. And right after this free throw, he asks out. So he's out of the game right here, and there was no injury or anything like that. Obviously, he had another 40-point game, a historic performance for him tonight. But he did ask to come out right there. And as he was out, DeAndre Ayton was doing mad work. He was countering every Bucks jab for Phoenix in that first, and Chris Paul with the mid-range jumper there. But DeAndre Ayton in the first, he had 10 points within the first 7 minutes of this game, and it looked like Phoenix, they were going for the throat tonight, essentially. That 3-0 lead, no team has ever come back from it with DeAndre Ayton hitting shots like this. I mean, are you kidding me? Pull up over Giannis from the mid-range. I mean, we don't normally see him shoot like that. We normally see Devin Booker shoot like that, but that is just 3 of 10 points on the night for him. He shot, let me see, what did Devin Booker finish at? I don't know if I have the official mark here, but he only made 3, I believe. Devin Booker on the night, 3 for 14, 21.4% from the floor. So definitely just not his game. If you're him, you just throw this one in the wastebasket and you move on. But Chris Middleton right here gets fouled, the and one. That's the first free throw he shot in the entire series right there. Entire series. He had 10 points at that point. Chris Paul, another jumper. Now the Suns, when they went on this run right here, and after this basket, they're going to take a 36-30 lead on a campaign floater. I thought, here we go again. It's that second quarter patented Suns run that they'll keep, kind of progressing on and hold that 5 to 10 point lead throughout the game. But the Bucks respond. They take the lead. Tucker will eventually, I may be getting a little bit ahead of the highlights as I've taken the game notes down here. Chris Paul continued with the mid-range shots, and the Suns are in control, but the Bucks, again, going on runs will not go away. Tucker, here's what I was going to reference, saves it into Giannis, who gets the big slam right there. And then eventually Giannis will get an and one. This Middleton-Giannis pick and roll, Booker hits a shot there, one of his few points of the night. But this Middleton-Giannis pick and roll was allowing the Bucks, and not only did they do it with Middleton and Giannis, Holiday was in it as well. It allowed those guys, Holiday, Middleton, we talked about in the last stream, it cannot just be give it to Giannis and essentially do a halfback dive where he drives in and everybody else stands because no other player's in rhythm. Holiday and Middleton tonight were able to get into that rhythm by being involved in two-man games with Giannis on either that left side of the floor or the pick and roll from the top of the key. And Holiday, eventually, when we get into the third quarter, he's knocking down threes. He had 4 threes in the third quarter, but according to the highlights here, we're still in the second, and of course the Bucks are closing on a mighty, mighty run here. Down low, Portis gets the slam on the break. The Bucks, let's see, they outscored Phoenix 30-9 in the final 9 minutes of the second quarter. How about that? 30-9. They led 60-45 going into the third after a 10-0 run. Booker struggled in the first half. You saw him hit a shot there. Just 7 points in that first half on 2 of 11. It obviously finished with 3 field goals on the night and only 10 points. Drake Crowder was a bright spot for Phoenix. He was hitting a lot of spot-up threes. But into the third, Ayton, he's already out of the game right here. He picked up the 4th foul in the game for him, less than 2 minutes into the 3rd quarter. And that brought in Cam Johnson, Jay Crowder. This was the play of the night, regardless of the Suns' loss. Cam Johnson, I mean, with the baptizing dunk right there on PJ Tucker. You'll see it in my thumbnail. Look at that one. Tosses it down with one. Yeah, there it is. There it is right there. Oh, you got to be kidding me. PJ Tucker, one of the only guys, man, he may have the sneaker game and care about that, but I guess he doesn't care about getting dunked on. I don't know, man. But he's out there to make those type of hustle plays. Regardless, the Bucks teammates liked his energy right there, and it led to a big run as Phoenix really just couldn't get any rhythm going. Cam Johnson tried. He brought him to within 4, I believe, as he had 10 points in the quarter up until that point, but then it was Jrue Holiday. Jrue Holiday, again, as I mentioned earlier, knocked down 4 threes in the 3rd quarter. The Bucks finished the 3rd on a 16-0 run because it was getting close. It was 74-70. Jrue Holiday knocking down these threes. He looks like KB, one of the CHH rappers, if you know who I'm talking about. I've used this video on a story before. Maybe you don't know who I'm talking about. Maybe you're like, what is this guy rambling about right now? But KB, man, go check him out. Just literally the letters KB. Yeah, he looks like him out there, but you know what? He was knocking down shots. Pat Connaughton knocking down corner threes. And again, this is all part of that 16-0 run that the Bucks finished the quarter on. Holiday, just again, he was lighting them up. And then Giannis, unstoppable, inside, battling, getting the and one, and you just see the energy. Apparently in Deer District, right outside the arena, the Bucks had about 25 or 26,000 fans. It was more than the capacity inside. The home court of Milwaukee, what we talked about in last live stream, hard to win there. Giannis in this one stays dominant. Finished 13 of 17 from the line. That's a big bright spot right there. Obviously, he didn't have the fans counting down 10 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, trying to get the 10-second call on his free throws. He finished with 41 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists. Now listen to these stats. Giannis, the 3rd player since 2000 with back-to-back 40-point games in the finals. They say third player since 2000. The only others, LeBron in 2016. Of course, you can remember games 5 and 6 as they were coming back to the Warriors that series. He had 2 back-to-back 41-point games. Shaq in 2000. And Giannis is also the first player since Shaq in 2000 to have back-to-back 40-point plus 10 rebound games in the finals. So, I don't know. I don't want to hear about Giannis being a mid. I don't want to hear about Giannis being trash because, you know, he can just shoot inside or whatever. The man is dominant. He's dominant at what he does. And right now, he is absolutely messing up one of the best teams in the league because Phoenix overall, I mean, they may have the better team overall, but it doesn't matter. Giannis has been dominating. Middleton tonight also stepped up. We'll talk about that once we get onto the Zoom. He finished with 18 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Better field goal percentage. Of course, Jrue Holiday had the 4 threes in the 3rd, finished with 5 threes overall, 21 points, 5 rebounds, 9 assists. And Bobby Portis provided a lot of energy off the bench, including 11 points. And Ayton, after the good start for Phoenix, seemed like he was going to come out. This was going to be his game in the beginning. He finished with 18, and it was all Bucks down the stretch as they win 120-100 on the back of that man right there, Giannis Ugo Antetokounmpo. You just got to love it if you're a Bucks fan and an overall basketball fan because the man played great tonight. All right, so right back to that PJ Tucker. Actually, let's throw that finals background up there right now. And let's get on over to the main event, shall we? Let's read a couple of these right here. Got Dr. Philly Willie. Suns look shell-shocked tonight. Yeah, I mean, once the Bucks were going on those big runs, that's all they needed to really gain the momentum. Mark Robertson, Josh Booker shot 2 of 11 in the first half. Why did he only shoot 3 shots in the second half? It looks like, so the interesting part about that, I don't know if I have an answer for that specifically. I mean, it was kind of an off night. Monty Williams decided to keep him out of the game for the majority, if not all, the 4th quarter, I believe, while he was still playing Chris Paul in a blowout, still playing Jay Crowder in a blowout. So I don't know if I necessarily understand that. I'm going to keep talking while I get this Zoom started right here. But there are a couple of things there that was kind of interesting. I don't know if I necessarily understand him keeping those guys in the game while Booker was out of the game. But overall, it just was not the night for Devin Booker, and maybe it was just time to sit him down early. So we're going to get this Zoom going, and once we got it going, we will be back. All right, so we got Burley here. We're going to have Dennis be joining us here soon. Initial reaction to the game tonight? What's the main thing that stood out to you for the Bucks?
Giannis, man. Giannis, he's a beast.
You really can't say enough about the guy, right?
Can't say enough. He's a beast. Like, when he gets into that zone, the Suns just can't stop him. And the key with tonight, compared to game 2, Giannis actually had help tonight.
That's right. Yep. Holiday and Middleton really stepped up for him. Drew Holiday started to find his rhythm in that third quarter, hitting the 4 threes in the quarter, finished with 21. Middleton, 18 and 7. But they're putting him in, like I said in my monologue, they're putting him in that kind of two-man situation, pick and roll. So it gets Middleton involved. It gets Holiday involved. They're probably doing it a lot more so with Middleton than Holiday tonight after watching it. But it's not just give it to Giannis and watch him drive while Middleton stands there, no rhythm.
True.
It's giving Middleton opportunity to get some assists, handle the ball, and even shoot off of that, which he did score off of one of those. Yep, so for sure. So we're going to wait on. We almost got Dennis coming in here as well, and I'm going to put that Zoom link in the chat. But another thing that was that kind of stood out tonight with Giannis, and I'll see if you can speak to this. Even though they know, like, he may go to that mid-range shot every now and then, but they know he's going to drive, and they still can't stop it. Why do you think that is? Is he just too fast, too strong?
I would say it's because of his crazy length. His strides are insane. Like, even the announcers were talking about it, where from the three-point line, he could take just like one dribble, and then he can go for a dunk.
Yep, and he did that. It might have been one or two dribbles on Crowder in I believe in the third or fourth quarter. He catches on the left wing block area, rips through, goes to the baseline, and gets in there for the jam. And it's like, you know it's coming, and I'm definitely not one of those guys to sit back and say, you got to stop it. How can you not stop it? You know it's coming, because I'm pretty sure if I was guarding that too, I wouldn't be able to keep up.
Yeah.
But it's like one of those things where it's like, wow, you know,
it's almost
there's right, because you watch the tape, and you know this is the professional basketball, so these guys this is all they do, eat, sleep, breathe, right? So you're going to watch the tape, you're going to be ready for that move, and when it comes, you still can't stop it. That's when you know you're really good. And Giannis is really showing out this postseason, and you got to feel good for the guy too, especially after the last couple of, I mean, granted, failed postseasons where they blew that 2-0 lead to the Raptors in 2019, and then last year they get really, honestly, and Giannis goes down with an injury, unfortunately, but they're humiliated by the Miami Heat in the second round. And people are questioning if Giannis could lead a team, and there's no doubt about that now, right? They still have 3 games to win, but there's no doubt about that. From Phoenix tonight, what was the main thing that you thought was missing from their game that they really had dialed the past couple of games tonight?
I would say, honestly, in the second half, part of it was Booker, but I feel besides of Chris Paul, there wasn't enough like fight in them. You know what I mean? Like, they were competitive, but I didn't feel they wanted it like games 1 and 2.
For sure. You could definitely tell there was a sense of urgency on the behalf of Milwaukee that just didn't feel like it was the same. Phoenix didn't match that energy. I want to welcome everyone else joining here as well. The loyal viewers and contributors. See, this is what goes on. You transition from being a viewer to a contributor. That's exactly what we got on Burley, Philip, Dennis. They're all here. Toss it over to Philip. He's got the Hollister shirt on. It's Bucks green. Man, what's the initial thought from tonight?
The Bucks looked like the Suns this time. The crisp ball movement, the bodies that were moving around on offense. Their offense looked so much better in comparison to last time, where it was just iso ball from Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday, and of course Giannis. This time, like, everybody was moving around. Everybody was passing the ball. It looked like they were the better team overall tonight.
So I guess Bud Light, as people like to slander him, was able to make the adjustments between games, right?
Looks like it, yeah. Honestly,
Yeah, I mentioned it already a number of times, but I think it was just really a game changer when you have the ball in your hands and you feel like, even if you're not necessarily making the assist on that play or making that shot, you feel like you're involved. And putting Middleton and Holiday at times in that two-man game with Giannis where we can pick and roll and you can make something happen off of it versus just give it to Giannis and let him ISO is a huge confidence booster. And obviously you saw it in just getting them in the rhythm of the game. For Middleton and Holiday, that is, and you saw it in the box score tonight. Out of Phoenix, though, for you, Philip, what's the main thing that you saw that was lacking?
Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton, they really need to step it up in the next game. Devin Booker, he was cold tonight, and DeAndre Ayton just fouled out, something that you usually don't see because it looked like he didn't know what was like going on, like what was happening to him specifically. He did look a lot more shell-shocked. DeAndre Ayton just he can't do this, especially when you don't have another big man that is capable of playing playoff minutes off the bench from Dario Saric because of his injury. So, yeah, DeAndre Ayton needs to really get his game together next time.
Yeah, I thought he started, to his credit, I thought he started really well. He was coming out aggressive offensively, hitting even some impressive mid-range jumpers that you don't normally see him knock down. But the foul situation, and once they got to that Cam Johnson, Jay Crowder lineup, I'm like, okay, the Bucks, I've been telling you guys, like they have to take advantage of the size, right? And that was the time, and they really did. They were able to get it inside, do whatever they want. Is Dennis, is he there, or is he just off the camera right now? We're going to see. We're going to put out a feeler. I do want to get his thoughts here. There he is. What's going on, man? Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh yeah, cool. I'm so happy. Number one, my Bucks won this game. I just hope that they're gonna swing the momentum to the next game. And also Giannis back-to-back 41 points, 10 rebounds. Actually, this game happened quite early where I was, actually 3 a.m. in the morning. So I had to, wake up early.
Committed, people, committed, dedicated to get on here.
Then I just thought like, I can't miss this stream because my Bucks won this game. I just hope they're gonna tie up the series. They have to just play the same way they did, and just tie up the series to 2-2. Right? I just want to see a game 7 in this series. I don't want to Suns in 5. I saw Mark in the chat. He was like, Suns in 5, no way. We have to come back.
Yeah, I hear that. The 5 can still happen, but the way in which that game went tonight, that wasn't just a win. They got beat down, and it's hard to win in Milwaukee. We've discussed that before. It feels like if any game is going to kind of shift the tide and shift the momentum, it would be this one. And the way in which the Bucks responded was serious. They got out there. And they weathered a storm too. They were down at the beginning of that first quarter, and then they won every quarter there on out. And they were the ones with the big runs this game. They had a 16-0 run at one point. They outscored the Suns 30-9 at the end of the second quarter. So that's the type of stuff we were seeing out of Phoenix, and they were holding on to the lead at home. But now Milwaukee they turned the tables and did the opposite thing. Here's a question. I'm going to bring it back to each one of you guys here. Alex first. Do you think at a 2-1 deficit, do you think the Bucks can still win this series? And if anything, do they got to win Game 5 or Game 7 if it gets there at Phoenix?
Yeah, they have to win one of those games because what was just going through my head is that Game 4 will be a pivotal game for the Bucks. Like that'll be a must win because Phoenix home court is very tough. And
agreed.
Showed in games 1 and 2 with their fan base there. So
agreed. Yep.
The Bucks will really have to step up in game 4. So I think they'll have to at least win one game in Phoenix.
Yep. Well, that's
Both-
for sure
both-
because they
both
don't have the
to win the title, being game 5 and game 7.
Yeah, if they lose a game at home. To Philip, the reason why I said game 5 or game 7, obviously I know they have to win one of those games. But the reason I ask is that could they win a game 7 on the road is basically the point that I'm getting to. They did with the Brooklyn series. I mean, they're basically matching the Brooklyn series right now. If they go winning every single game at home, Phoenix does, winning every single game at home, Milwaukee does, and they arrive back at game 7 and Milwaukee wins that. But could they do that this time around, or do you think the Bucks need to win a game 5, or essentially the next 3 games, 4, 5, and 6 to close out in Milwaukee if they have a chance to fill it?
So I'm not gonna lie, I would rather see the Bucks win the next 3 if I were a fan of the Bucks, because when you start to sort of get that momentum of we can hold home, but we're not winning on the road for the first 3 games, it can be a little bit demoralizing from like that mental perspective. And we know that the Phoenix Suns, they have an amazing fan base. The energy over in their arena is really high, and plus, for Giannis, the free throw line, which is definitely a part of the Bucks strategy. I wouldn't want to be in Giannis's shoes every time they just count down from 1 to 15 every single free throw.
Yep, that's big. That's big. And part of the title of this video, I titled it, and when I do my titles, it's not just, because it sounds good. It's legit because we talk about it. Here's why the Suns got ran. A big reason that why they got ran in this game, and I'll toss it to Dennis after this, is because Giannis shot 13 of 17 from the line. He was much more locked in from the line. They did not give up those points this time, and they were able to keep the momentum in the runs. Devin Booker's performance obviously didn't help from a Phoenix perspective, but that's big. So to Dennis, do you think the Bucks could duplicate the Brooklyn series in this case, or do you think they can rattle off the next 3? What's the best route for them to take here?
For me, what I would say about the Bucks is they need to use the momentum that they have in game 3 to game 4. They have to swing it to game 4. And okay, as much as it's for the Bucks, it's been hard to win in Phoenix. Maybe they can try. If they can, if they win game 4, it'll be okay. If they don't win game 5, they force a game 7 in game 5. The Suns cannot allow to go down like 3-2 in the series. I know CP3 and Devin Booker will come back again, and but I hope Giannis and the Bucks just tie up the series. As much as I want the Bucks to win, I don't see the Suns blowing the next 2 games straight. So I don't see that happening. If the Bucks win game 4, the Suns are gonna win game 5. So that's the thing about that.
Yeah, could happen. But just watch the last live stream. I said I don't see the Suns blowing it. They're so locked in, and then just just watch that happen. Okay, that'd be terrible for Phoenix. Okay, we'll wrap it up. We'll go around the round table here one more time. Start with Alex. Who wins the next game and why?
I think I honestly think the Suns will, because the announcers, they talked about it earlier where Monty Williams was just like in a calm, collected way talking up Booker, and the way that he goes about his coaching style, I believe, will really hype up the Suns. And you have a veteran leader in Chris Paul, who's a very team-oriented, him being the point guard as well. So I think they'll roll up together and pull out the Game 4 victory.
Game 4, resilient Suns. That's Burley's pick. To Philip?
I'm going to have to disagree. I think home court Bucks are probably going to keep it this time. Just the way that how it's that much easier how you can sort of have the home fans cheer you on, the atmosphere, especially when I believe one of the announcers saying that, they have like about 20,000 fans.
Just outside, yes.
Outside.
25,000 outside.
Yeah.
It's crazy what they got going on.
Yeah, Milwaukee's home floor, they defend home floor, like you said. So I gotta say the Bucks this time.
Going with the momentum. Dennis, I don't think you need to answer, bro. I think I know your answer, but I want to know why.
So, okay, for the Suns winning Game 4, I would say it wouldn't be in the Bucks' best interest to go down 3-1. So I'll pick the Bucks to win Game 4. It's hard for other teams to win in Milwaukee. Just to echo what Philip said, but I will actually, it will be very interesting to see the Bucks even out the series. I picked the Bucks to even out the series to 2-2 because I really want to see a Game 7 in this series. I believe if the Suns go up 3-1, it's Suns in 5 or Suns in 6 maybe. The worst case scenario, Suns in 5. But I picked the Bucks because I'm confident if they play the same way they played today, they're gonna win this. They're gonna win this Game 4.
I hear that. I probably lean more toward Milwaukee in Game 4 as well. Although, just from history, having a 3-1 lead isn't necessarily the best thing. I think teams are starting to put that away a little bit more over the years, but still, I'm still of the camp of like no one wants a 3-1 lead. Yeah. It's dangerous, but I'm sure Phoenix would want that coming out, especially going back home, and they don't plan any monumental collapse. But yeah, I mean, an obvious note for them is Devin Booker, right? Like, he's been great all postseason. I think last series, and you're seeing a little bit, the field goal percentage is a bit down. It doesn't mean he's not impacting the game, but he cannot have another 10-point night and expect for them to win an NBA championship. He's just too much of an integral piece on that team next to Chris Paul, and the highest scorer tonight for them is Paul with 19, and well, you just can't have that. And so yeah, we'll see. And Bridges, a big drop-off. Big drop-offs from Booker. Booker had 31 in Game 2, 10 Game 3. Bridges 27 in Game 2 and only 4 tonight. So they were noticeable contributors for the Suns that were left out, kind of distant on the box score. So there's a lot for them to turn around, but Milwaukee played one heck of a game and they deserved to win that game tonight. So anybody final thoughts before we close out here?
It's going to be a fun finals.
Yeah, I think we could have 7. Dennis, you've said it many times, and before this series, I could definitely see it going 7. I think these teams are very evenly matched. I saw a quick before you go. Suns have scored 336 points. Bucks have scored 333 through 3 games. So that just shows you how close these teams are.
Giannis is the true Finals MVP.
Oh, he's got to be the favorite. He's got to be the favorite if the Bucks can pull it out. The true MVP, the real MVP. All right. And wait, one final thought. Did anybody see that Nigeria USA? What just happened with that? This is a total tangent. Dennis, proud. We gotta be proud about that.
I mean,
Chimezi
Metu.
I never expected the Team USA to lose because I remember the last time Team USA played with Nigeria, it was 156, 73, 79.
Yep.
Yeah, it was so it was an
83-point turnaround.
deficit.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. I don't know what was wrong with KD. KD got blocked. I mean, they are not playing that like the same way they play in the NBA. I mean, it was just relaxed. They don't getting the usual. They're not turning it up. So I can say, okay,
yeah.
Nigeria just stole that game, but I just can't wait to see the next time they'll meet because it's gonna be a bloodbath because USA just got beat by Nigeria. So I expect a war in the next game they meet. So yeah.
Yeah. That team is not looking forward. Whoever they play next in these exhibitions is not looking forward to seeing USA out there, because USA had a Game 3 Suns performance. I think they're coming back better next time because they got to wake up.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys yet again. Wednesday, Thursday for you, Dennis, it'll be Game 4, and we'll see. We'll either be talking about a 3-1 lead or Bucks tying the series. But either way, this finals just got good. And I'm glad I did not have to fake bringing the extra energy here tonight, because the Suns would have been up 3-0 and I would have tried to manufacture the energy. But the energy is there, along with the rest of Milwaukee and all their fans and everybody. So, all right, thank you guys for joining yet again. And we'll say peace out this section of the live stream.
All right.
Peace out.
Peace.
All right, thank you, everyone. If you're still here, again, you're a real one. Thank you for watching, and we'll be back with more Topic Tackle coming soon. Another live stream after Game 4. This series just got good, people. You're going to want to be here. Sound off in the chat. Join the Zoom if you want, and we'll be back with more Topic Tackle coming soon. Stay solid, people.